What's going on, folks? My name is LBThaRealist. This is Surrealistic Studios, Surreal News, where the real is surreal. Thank you for joining me on this segment. Hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified when I do these videos. And let's go ahead and jump into this third political news story that I have for you guys regarding Colin Powell. Rest in peace. He lost his life, unfortunately, due to complications of the Roni Roan. So we'll go ahead and read this article here from Yahoo News. Like I said before, leave me your thoughts in the comment section below when I'm done. If you have anything to contribute to the story, if you'd like to share some of your thoughts and concerns, critiques, or anything like that. So, Colin Powell's death does not contradict efficacy of the Roni Roan vaccine, experts say. All right, get it? All right, the death of Story General and statesman Colin Powell from complications related to the Roni Roan should not lead any concerns about the efficacy of the Roni Roan vaccines, according to experts and government officials. The fact remains that unvaccinated people are 11 times more likely to die than those who have been vaccinated against the Roni Roan. Please don't let the death of an American icon become fodder for anti-max forces that are putting untold millions in danger, wrote Department of Health and Human Services advisor Ian Sams on Twitter. Vaccines work. They prevent bad outcomes. They, like all of them, are not 100%, especially among older people with underlying/complicated health issues. Powell, who has served as Secretary of State during the George W. Bush administration and as chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff before that, died Monday at age 84. Rest in peace, Colin Powell. Crucially, Powell suffered from a blood cancer known as multiple myeloma, precisely the kind of immunocompromised condition that experts have said from the start could lead to lower vaccine efficacy. In fact, the vaccines seem to work especially poorly in patients afflicted with that type of cancer, even after a booster shot. Powell also suffered from Parkinson's disease, a neurodegenerative condition. Wow, I didn't know that. Wow, okay. Powell's wife Alma had also reported contracting the Roni Roan, but was able to fight off the ensuing Roni Roan illness successfully. Still, the mere news that a high-profile figure like Powell had died after being fully vaccinated is bound to fuel misinformation about the pandemic. Alex Berenson, a former New York Times journalist widely criticized and banished from Twitter for voicing unsound views, used the news to mock the efficacy of those on his Substack channel. Just reading that, and banished from Twitter. Nobody should ever be banished from Twitter for expressing their views in regards to certain things like this. That's just ridiculous, folks. What's sad about that? Before we continue with the article, what's sad about that situation is half the people are for it. It's not even us versus them anymore. It's us versus us, because half the people are applauding this and they're okay with this, and I'm not. It just doesn't make logical sense to me, and it's wrong. It's flat out wrong. You could say, well, they're a private company, they can do whatever they want to do. These private companies are oftentimes, owned by the same parent company, like Facebook, Instagram, Google, YouTube, and they have so much control and power that it's wrong. They become public forums at that point, especially when innovation is stifled. Newer companies are unable to have their breakthroughs and be as successful as these pioneer legendary companies. You know what I'm saying? So they absolutely have a responsibility to uphold American values and the Constitution. It just makes logical sense, and if you're against that, then I don't understand you and your brain. But go ahead and let's continue here. And John Roberts, a correspondent for Fox News, whose most prominent hosts have routinely spread misinformation, wrote on Twitter that Powell's death raises new concerns about how effective they are long term. Roberts deleted the tweet. I'm trying not to say certain things here. Medical professionals insist that worries about breakthrough deaths are unfounded and being exaggerated by some media reports. Excuse me. The news reports in saying that General Powell was vaccinated and should also mention that he had multiple myeloma. Individuals who are older with chronic medical conditions, especially immunocompromised, are at a much greater risk of adverse outcomes, wrote Dr. Leanna Nguyen, the former Baltimore Health Commissioner and professor of emergency medicine at George Washington University, in an email to Yahoo News. We should also be clear that they are very protective, but virtually nothing in medicine is 100% when wrote. That doesn't mean that they don't work, but rather that we have to put the benefit of them into perspective. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, almost 190 million people in the United States have been fully against the Roni. Of those people, 1,074 under the age of 65 have died from Corona Roni. There have been 6,104 Roni deaths of people 65 and older who have been vaccinated. Among the breakthrough Roni deaths tracked by the CDC were 951 people who did not show symptoms of the Roni and appear to have died from another cause. I don't really have a sense yet if breakthrough deaths are up more recently because of waning vaccine community, especially given that third mRNA immunizations should bump up immunity again, tweeted Dr. Peter Holtz, a vaccine expert at Baylor College of Medicine, alluding to the Pfizer booster shots that have recently been authorized for some groups. Most people are set to receive, let's say, roosters in the coming weeks and months, as federal regulators are expected to approve the jabs for recipients of the Moderna and Johnson & Johnson vaccines. The notion of breakthrough infections has been a concern since the outbreak in Provincetown, Massachusetts, during the July 4th holiday weekend. Although the resort town boasted an exceptionally high rate, a cluster of 1,000, that's the vaccination rate, a cluster of 1,000 cases emerged. But despite the fear engendered by the outbreak, only 7 of the Provincetown cases required hospitalizations and no deaths were reported. Again, this news is coming out of Yahoo News. This is Yahoo News, and I'll leave it down below if you guys want to read it for yourselves. I know I kind of stumbled through that. Trying not to say so much of the bad stuff because the bad stuff gets you deleted and shadow banned and censored. So we don't want to go there. I'm trying not to go there. Algorithm. So, man. So like I said before, rest in peace to Colin Powell. They're saying he was fully protected, but unfortunately, he had underlying conditions that contributed to, unfortunately his passing, which was my grandmother's case at the same time. She had underlying conditions which unfortunately contributed to a faster, a faster death. It sucks. Again, do what you will with this information, folks. I'm not an expert or none of that stuff. I'm a YouTuber making videos, so we'll go ahead and see how this one works. Wish me luck. All right. Until next time, folks, leave me your thoughts and comments down below. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Find all my information down below if you want to support the show before they end up, giving me the boot about this platform. So with all that being said, folks, love, peace, and light. We need more of that going around. Be kind, rewind. Until next time.